lecture. We'll start with introducing the literature review, and then we'll go on to the discussion board and research question, which you will be crafting, which will then drive this lit review and the argument that is coming. But let's start with this. Your important dates are a 2 to 3 page first draft, which isn't due till the 1st of November, so not this weekend, but next weekend, Halloween weekend. I know Halloween's on a Saturday, and it's 2020. We don't get to do anything, so you'll be doing a rough draft of this instead. Um, Peer reviews will then occur that Monday through Wednesday, the 5th. This time they will not be anonymous, so they'll be on Canvas a lot easier. Hopefully that one will go smoother. And then the final draft of this will be due the 8th of November. So yeah, like 3 weeks from now. So for this assignment, you guys will be completing a literature review of the research surrounding your topic of research in the course. I know that's very confusing, but since you all picked different articles, you will be using those as a springboard and framework for your research question, and we'll get into that when going over the discussion board here in a bit. But your assignment is this will ask you to write a synthesized summary of your research. I say synthesized summary because you want to be noting common and differing trends and ideas and synthesizing and giving the reader, which is me, a frame of reference for your topic of study. You're kind of getting me caught up on the conversation that we're about to have because I'm coming into it cold and you're the one researching, so you're giving me you're giving me some context of the conversation surrounding your research topic. So you will not be explicitly making an argument. You will not include your opinion or ideas. Your only job is to survey the scholarly research that has been done on your topic. You need to be sure you include a diverse range of approaches to the perspectives of your topic. This assignment will help you later as you form your thesis for your larger academic essay based on this research, obviously. Also, this paper will serve as the first section that you will revise in that part 4 of the final project bit. This essay will be graded on how well you introduce your topic. What is the area of interest? Describe the scope of the problem. I.e., how many people are affected by the problem. Discuss why this is an important topic of study. So you'll introduce that. You'll have to organize your essay. Does each paragraph support your introduction or thesis? And is it logically structured? Do the sentences in your paragraph follow a topic sentence? Follow the topic sentence? Are your sources scholarly? The source bit. Do your sources contain primary research and or studies? Are the sources closely related to your topic? Have you selected sources that represent a diverse range of viewpoints on your topic? Not just picking only the ones that agree with you. You're picking all of them. You're not just trying to just support your argument. You're looking at the whole topic to actually see what can be done. Rather than just selecting okay, yeah. If not, how well do you connect them to your topic? If they're not closely related, you have to show how they are being connected. Are your sources acceptable for a literature review? And we will talk about it again. You need 8 total sources, 6 of which must be scholarly for this. So you get 2 non-scholarly, which means highly reputable, like a newspaper or a magazine that is not peer-reviewed, that is highly respected. Scholarly sources are journals, books and stuff that have gone through a review process, not like self-published books, all that stuff. Yeah, that sort of a thing, and we can talk more about that. I have a help list that I will throw up. Did you cite your sources? Because this is a literature review, you're going to need that appropriate MLA or APA. You got to let me know. Format at the end, which is a works cited page, and we'll go over that correctly. Is that done? Do you adequately explain any direct quotes? How do you paraphrase content of these sources, or how well do you paraphrase? Because that's what it is. It's the sources are talking, you're telling me what the sources are saying. So how well are you paraphrasing those sources? Do you appropriately introduce quotes? Do you give credit when appropriate? That sort of stuff. Do you summarize and synthesize your materials? Do you adequately provide information that helps the reader understand the sources you cite? Do you synthesize your sources to provide an overall picture of the research in your particular subfield. So again, making sure you are giving as much context as possible and giving the fullest picture and showing how those sources are in conversation with one another is a good thing. Do you meet the basic criteria for it? The MLA criteria is what we're using. 4 to 5 pages, double spaced, not including the works cited. So 4 to 5 pages of the lit review, probably four, and then the works cited, so 5 pages in total. Is it in MLA format, double spaced, 1-inch margins? Does it have a 12-point readable font? Did you turn it in on time via the appropriate channels? Did you proofread, edit, and revise the essay before submitting? That's what the final drafts will be graded on. So again, pretty straightforward. The lit review is just a summary of the sources you have read, just kind of giving the reader, which is going to be me, context about what the conversation is. As for the research question itself, you will be developing that on the discussion board, and we will talk about this in class. But you will be creating a research question that will both drive your literature review and the argument portion. So the easiest way to think about this is, I'm just going to kind of skim over that, is using the article you read, you have to talk about something that is in connection with that. So if you read the one on the environment, a good one for you, and I go over how to kind of whittle this down, and we will go over it, is you want to identify a group of people, or population, the problem, and then, or the phenomena. And then, so like for the environmental one, a good question, which is maybe if somebody asks me and reaches out really fast, they could have this as a research question and make their essay about that, and then make an argument based off of that. So a good possible one would be how does the carbon output of global parts sourcing undermine a Tesla's environmental contribution? So that could be where you start, and then based on that, you could write a paper arguing that given that like the global cost of creating parts for an electric car in America, like the output of carbon for that is so bad, we should stop making electric cars. Or you could make an argument that even though, despite that, the step of making electric cars and electric vehicles better and more environmentally friendly and more ubiquitous throughout the environment, that's what I'm trying to say, is like having electric cars and spread to electric cars and trucks, electric semi-trucks, electric buses, electric boats, electric, going towards that, because electricity is a renewable source, and that could be your argument to make. Or you could make the inverted argument of, no, we don't need electric cars because the fossil fuels that are used to make the parts used in an electric car far outweigh what an electric car does. Or you could even, there's tons of arguments to be made there. Another example of this would be if you read Hooks's article, you could ask, or you could discuss, how does race affect the portrayal of class? So you could make the argument that when it comes to poor people of color, they're portrayed differently than poor white people. That could be an argument you could make. You could also make an argument that while Hooks's essay was, another research question could be, how has the portrayal of the poor shifted in popular culture since Hooks's article? And then an argument could be made based on that overall it is a positive trend or a negative trend, that sort of a thing. And that's the big thing to take away from this, is your research question needs to be in the same vein as the essay you read, but you can't just be talking about the essay you read. So if you want to look at like gender roles in movies, you can't just look at the gender roles, the same ones that were looked at there. You have to go beyond that. You would have to look at other gender roles in other movies. So you would maybe want to look at the gender roles that current Disney princesses are breaking, even though that is a field of research that is still out there. Or you could do gender roles in a different show. You could look at the gender roles in, say, Rick and Morty. I don't know, or something. They're dealing with gender and the roles that are played in a show like that, or and yeah, but you can't just be parroting what the other authors are talking about. So like Cars, the same argument that they're making about Cars, Toy Story, those sort of things are off the table, and the same with the Peace article about the portrayal of disabilities and the Special Olympics. If you want to talk about that, you would maybe want to talk about disability studies in terms of like what are actual, like, are some policies ableist or other questions there. But I'm hoping I'm getting my point across that like you have to be talking about in the same umbrella of like the chapter that they were contained in, but not the article itself. You can't just be talking about what the author already wrote about because they already wrote about it. I'm going to stop there. We can talk more about that, but that's what this week is starting that lit review and starting this question phase of getting a research question to help you guys come up with a interesting research topic that'll then hopefully lead to a super cool research argument, a researched argument. Have a good one. I'll see y'all tomorrow.